Hello, my dear viewers. This is Deepak Jain, and today I am here in conversation with Mr. Anil Yadav here in front. And I have your name is
Isha Agarwal.
okay. Your name is Isha Agarwal, and you are from Dholi Piau, right? And Mr. Anil, where are you from?
From railway colony.
From Railway Colony, right? That's good. So almost we all are neighbors,
Yes.
right? And today we are going to have a word, or we are going to discuss our lovely topic. And this topic is related to the Article 370, that everybody wanted that the Article 370 to be removed, as it was a stigma on the image of the country, right? So finally the BJP government came in the regiment and removed it, right? So many people became ecstatic about it. Fine. And yes, because nobody was there who liked it. Okay. Finally, it has been removed, but actually, in the opposition party, there was a big uproar or chaos or cacophony, right? Many people opposed it after the removal of Article 370, right? So, Mr. Anil, from your side, I want to know, was the removal of Article 370 justified, or should it really have been removed, or what would you say about the abrogation of Article 370? And some people also say that it was against constitution, right? But actually in the past there had been so many amendments in the constitution. So if people come to, or people happen to accept this amendment, right, you can take it as an amendment, right? Because if it favors the country, now actually this is something that you are going to tell whether it is going to favor the country, or did it give us a benefit more, or did it give us the disadvantages more, right? So Mr. Anil, I want that you to please throw light on it and let us know and enlighten us.
Yes, sir. Hello, everybody. This is Anil.
And please be energetic and
Yes, sir.
enthusiastic from the very beginning, right?
Yes, sir. Actually, as a citizen of India, I am also in the favor of the abrogation of Jammu and Kashmir. Okay. But being my question is that in front of you, that in that case the justification was not done. Okay. Like justification was not done as per the appropriate values of the constitution. It means I am not saying this thing that constitutional was compromised, constitutional values were compromised. It means I am saying that one of the basic principle of the constitution was compromised, that is procedure established by law. Okay. There are the two processual concepts, due process of law or procedure established by law.
Okay. In the mid, let me request Isha, if you have any interjection, any contradiction, you can straight away make it, right? In order to get the reality out, or the better knowledge out. Okay.
Yes.
She can probe.
So what happens? Let me continue from that that statement even. So there are in the constitution, it was written in the case of the Jammu and Kashmir that it was having the autonomous functioning in terms of administrative capacity, in terms of financial capacity, in terms of whatsoever capacities are there, in terms of the developmental activities.
Right.
Okay. It was having the autonomous unit.
Right.
What happened when it was having the autonomous functioning attitude in Jammu and Kashmir, and even though it was having the separate constitution of Jammu and Kashmir, and there was a specific code which was running there in Jammu and Kashmir, Ranveer Penal Code.
Okay.
But in India, entire living Jammu and Kashmir, there was a IPC. But in Jammu and Kashmir specifically, there was a Ranveer Penal Code by which the people of that state were punished. But when it came to the abrogation of Jammu and Kashmir, so there was a procedure established by law which was compromised. It says the government cannot do directly, government cannot do indirectly, which it cannot do directly even.
Okay.
It was the statement in that kind of procedure established by law. But government showed the audacity to bring those kind of rules and regulations as a incremental changes in the Jammu and Kashmir as autonomous functioning.
So what is so unpleasant and obnoxious?
Unpleasant is that
you disagree with?
Yes, sir. Suppose that if we want to alter any boundary of a particular state,
yes.
So what happened? We have to pass the special majority, special majority in the parliament. So in the special majority, we have the 1/4. There is a ratification of the state also, which is going to be affected by that kind of amendment
Okay.
in the constitution. So in that sense, if a president is sending that bill to the respective legislative assembly of the particular state where it is going to alter the boundary, so it is not mandatory for the president to seeking the opinion of that particular state.
Right.
So they thought in the rest of the state, as the like it is not mandatory, so it will not be also mandatory in the case of Jammu and Kashmir's legislative assembly. But they were completely unaware of that point, that if Jammu Kashmir is having the autonomous status, even though northeastern pockets are also having the autonomous status functioning, but Jammu and Kashmir was having the separate constitution, and its condition is very delicate also in terms of the administration. So Mr. Modi sent their puppet governor, and governor gave the assent. And Mr. Modi came with the abrogation of that Article 370. After the abrogation of the Article 370, why the members of the same ruling party are filing their petitions in the Supreme Court, and Supreme Court is also becoming very pensive in this matter. It means Supreme Court is investing a lot of energy in that.
Were there some benefits of Article 370 if it remained there?
So actually the people were there who were saying that there were the two categories of the people who were saying it should be abrogated, it should not be abrogated.
Yes.
But when I was I was unaware of that, what is Jammu and Kashmir, what is the issue there, I was not aware of that. Okay, but as it was at the time of the king of Jammu and Kashmir, it was said that Hari Singh. Hari Singh, it was said that referendum was asked from that particular. So one of the leader in the parliament said, no problem, if the field is not fertile, so we should leave it. So one of the eminent MP, I think his name is Jagdish Nath, he stood up in the parliament and put off his cap. There was no hair. So he said, okay, if the field is not fertile, so we should leave it. But what is, if there are no hair on my head, so should I remove it from my entire body? It was the status. It was the statement in the favor of the Jammu and Kashmir's abrogation. Also, I am in the favor of.
Actually, I think this case was in the case of that land that was actually annexed by China. Actually, then it was the statement of Jawaharlal Nehru.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That land was not fertile.
Yes, sir.
She has to say
yes, sir. Jawaharlal Nehru did not pass this statement. There was an MP who passed this statement in the case of it was the annexed property by the China.
Yes.
In Indian context, but it was all over encompassing the Jammu and Kashmir issue also.
Actually, in 1947, the case was that when our country was getting independence, so at that time Jammu Kashmir was a part of dispute, and till now it is like a kind of dispute for our country.
Disputed property.
And yes, and at that time actually Pakistan, they are just demanding for the Jammu and Kashmir, and that's why some Pakistan terrorists, they were just acting as refugees, and then they were just attacking on the Jammu and Kashmir. But after that, what happened that Maharaja Hari Singh was there, who was the king of Jammu and Kashmir. So we just asked for help to us.
Yes.
And then we just granted him permission that we will help you, but there is a condition that you have to sign a treaty for us in which you will be the part of our country. So in this way, Jammu Kashmir just got incorporated without any kind of will. They don't have their own will. They have to just incorporate it in our country. So right now the people are just demanding that the Article 370 is there, which is just making them a special status.
Giving them a special
status, and apart from that, Article 35A is also there.
35A, yes.
35A, in which you cannot buy even a land in Jammu and Kashmir if you are a separate citizen of any other state. Okay. So now if we are removing that thing, and if we are making the state like other states, even now it is a union territory. So what is the problem? Now it is in the hands of our central government, and now they can also grow, they can develop the particular region.
Okay, in terms of the expenditure, I want to say something. Like when it was the having the autonomous status, so even in that case, the central government was it was the obligation of the central government to send the expenditure rate there, a lot of finance there in terms of development. But now, after the abrogation of Jammu and Kashmir into 2 UTs, the government is doubled burden. There was a double burden.
What kind of double burden?
Double burden, it means Like first of all, Jammu and Kashmir was having the legislative assembly as a particular whole state.
Okay.
Single legislative assembly was for the Ladakh and Jammu and Kashmir. Okay, but now Jammu and Kashmir is having only the legislative assembly, even though Ladakh is not having legislative assembly to represent the members, the opinion there. And when the UTs, and sir, one thing is also you should remember in mind that whenever the UTs are bifurcated, so UTs are bifurcated in terms of the feasibility of the administrative capacity. Okay, in terms of finance, in terms of developmental activities, which was Mr. Modi's agenda when it was giving the autonomous state status. But after the abrogation, Mr. Modi is not free by sending the additional finance there.
Fine.
So in that case, people of Ladakh territory or Jammu and Kashmir territory were saying, why although it was UT, we are agree with that statement, but Ladakh should also having the legislative assembly. For that Funsung Bangdu, the Three Idiots main leading actor, also got behind the bars because he was demanding the legislative assembly status for that and Ladakh's special status in terms of infrastructure, in terms of finance. But Mr. Modi is not going to, Mr. Modi is not ready to transfer the finance there.
Okay.
So that was the problem. And my problem is that suppose that being a citizen of India, I also like it. I welcome this step. But I'm in that problematic dilemma that if it was the right step, why the so many majority of the people filed in the Supreme Court, and Supreme Court also asked them to wait for the decision. So which kind of decision they will come with?
From you, why are they filing the petition against it?
So they filed a petition because they thought if government can do arbitrarily anything,
yes.
So if they can arbitrarily abrogate the Article 370 or 35A.
If the arbitration is going in the favor or if it is going to benefit the country, then what the hell the problem is? Because actually before Narendra Modi's regiment, people actually wanted such leader who could be like adamant or who could be so bold that, because otherwise, let's say if I talk about the construction of Ram Mandir, okay, I mean without any leader who is adamant, it was not possible to get Ram Mandir constructed, right? Because if you talk about the regiment of Congress, right, they were never interested in getting the Ram Mandir constructed. Rather, they used to oppose it. And same is the case of Article 370, because there used to be debates about the removal of Article 370 as it was a stain, right, or taint on the country. So, whenever debates were there and there were representatives from the side of Congress party, and we clearly saw they never wanted to remove. I mean, they did not even have intention, because they used to debate in the favor of like non-abrogation of it, right? So that is why, I mean, there was no will. So if Mr. Modi or such an adamant person hadn't come in the regiment, then how would it have been possible to abrogate these 370
Sir,
articles?
my question is not to criticize the government.
Any stern step.
Sir, obviously my intention is not to criticize the stern step of the present government in terms of the abrogation of Jammu and Kashmir. But I am saying this thing that it was the statement of the majority of people of Jammu and Kashmir, now the two UTs also, that if government became arbitrary in its action in the case of Jammu and Kashmir's abrogation, so it can be also arbitrary in future step also. That is my concern.
Do they have the fear of unknown?
What?
And do they
No,
have
I have a
yes.
question.
Yes, please.
The development of Jammu Kashmir, we talk about that. So, according to you, it was better at that time or right now? The development-
Obviously, because when it was the status, so it was facing the problem of the economy. Okay, but now the UTs are categorized into two like particular places. So the finance is being divided. So it means finance is being divided in the very simple manner. So it means there is a feasibility of the administration. Obviously, in comparison to the state status, it is enjoying the UT status in terms of economic structure very good.
So the same thing is there if a state is developing, and main thing is development. If they are developing, then what is the problem?
Suppose that I want to be happy. Happiness is a very subjective connotation, and I become happy by killing you. Is it justified?
No, development should be there, and if firstly this thing is legal. Government just passed an act, bill, and then it is to be converted in a.
That's what, please, I want to interrupt you in mid that. Like, I want to correct you. That is my concern of speaking. Do you know, that's what you were speaking. The act was passed, bill was passed, but according to this procedure established by law, it was not appropriate as per the constitutional values, my sister. Please try to understand
So if
that.
amendment is there, then what is the problem?
What?
Amendment can be there.
Okay, if there are the amendments, so why the people are challenging? Because Supreme, like Constitution itself said, as per the Article 13, if I'm not wrong, if I'm wrong, so please, people don't mind.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, as per the Article
But
13,
sometimes that statistics can be wrong, right? So it's okay.
yes, yes. But as per my knowledge, I'm not forgetting that as per the Article 13, Clause 1, it is said, if any amendment is being done in the Constitution, so it will not be considered as an act. Okay, it can be challenged. So people are also utilizing this opportunity and challenging in the Supreme Court. Don't you understand this step?
In every kind of policy and in every kind of step which is to be taken by the government, people have opposition.
Actually, I'm not speaking here for to
Actually,
utilize the
100%.
sadistic pleasure. Okay, I am here for the, because like I want to say this thing that I do not want to compromise my means to achieve my ends with
No,
government due.
You are talking about that people are just opposing this act and they are now just filing the petitions.
People,
It is
not
illegal.
expert.
Yes, okay,
Expert.
But now here the condition is that when a government introduce something, so there are two fronts, either opposition, either favor, and here 100% people cannot be satisfied. This is just a general thing.
That's what I said earlier. Na government thought as they wanted to alter the boundary of particular state, so there is no respect of the concern of that particular state. So government thought that we should apply this theorem in the Jammu Kashmir case. That's what I want to make you understand.
So okay, let's initially he took this arbitrary
Yes.
decision, right? But after that, I mean, are the bad consequences there? If yes, then what are the bad consequences? I wanna know in your words. Because if the people have the fear of unknown, right? That I mean, that something wrong not to happen or like that. Because Mr. Modi took that arbitrary decision, right? So that what is the fear of unknown that you have or that you anticipate right now without it's happening?
I just want to give another statement. That is, at the time of 1990s, that a genocide was going on in Jammu and Kashmir of that Kashmiri Pandits, and now the film is also there,
Yes,
which is based on that Kashmir files.
Right.
So in that film, you can see the reality. That what was the reality? Even that is just a film. That is a fiction. But in reality, you can even think that what was there. And right now, if we are removing that particular article, so we have to bear some cost. But leave that cost if we are now getting benefit
Yeah.
of that particular article.
When changes are there, we have to pay.
Everything needs sacrifice.
Greatest good to greatest number wala theorem.
Okay.
You both are speaking. Okay, but sir, my concern is that, please, you both make me understand that if something is compromised, okay, at the altar of the constitution, okay, at the altar of procedure established by law. So, sir, what is the security of the future of the so many different states? Okay, because there are so many existing states which are having the status of the special category.
Okay. So in this case, would you clearly oppose the abrogation of triple talaq then?
Triple talaq.
Because if you are not in favor or if you are afraid of the changes.
No,
then-
sir, I am in the favor of the abrogation of Jammu and Kashmir. It had been done, okay, earlier.
So same thing was done, then why
Sir,
you raise
but
the
my question is that, sir, we cannot compromise our means to achieve the ends. Na, how will you make me understand as a UPSC aspirant that is the condition with me?
No, actually, improvements are needed, and if we saw the Modi's government, right now only 8 years have been passed, and they have given so many big decisions.
Okay.
So improvements are there, and improvements need sacrifice.
Okay, I want to tilt your attention towards the different aspect of the developmental activity. Okay, Jammu and Kashmir was it will be remain in the our conscience. Okay, 22,000 crore rupees has been invested by the Congress former government in the bullet train project, but Mr. Modi now has cancelled it.
Okay.
Why so?
But-
Because developmental was at the cost.
Some other things are there at the Congress
What
time.
was there?
I am talking about at the Congress time, some schemes were there who were just pending. Even some trains and these kind of government works are pending, but now the work has been fastened.
That's what I want to say, na. If the suppose that there are the policies, there are the policies of the former governments. they came with the very nice vision and approach that we will achieve this kind of this kind of a development in future. Great. When Manmohan Singh just signed 22,000 crore pact with the Japan in terms of the bullet train project. So everyone was praising that our India will experience the new kind of infrastructure in terms of the logistic support.
Yeah, that's correct.
That's correct. Okay. So Mr. Modi is also focusing now on the Vande Bharat projections, as Project 18 was, it has been launched as by the name of the Project 18 has been transformed into Vande Bharat. Even though day before yesterday there was a very high critical editorial came in the context of the government, that why the government is focused on the Vande Bharat, where is the project of bullet train was it went into the vein. It went into the pipeline.
Yes.
Why? Because it was launched by the former government. That is the stigma you are facing. You are not ready to tolerate it. Whatever you want to implement by your name only. Okay. Indian Constitution is having the stability in the policies also. If the former government is coming with the right approach in terms of execution of policy for the welfare of the people, so the current government cannot suppress that kind of policy. For example, Manrega was on the name of Mahatma Gandhi, and Mahatma Gandhi was the eminent personality because he participated in the so many movement to get us freedom, get us independence. So Mr. Modi left it by saying that it was the name of Mahatma Gandhi, but a very sacred person. Okay, but sometimes the person cannot be very sacred, but the ideology or the intention can be very pure.
Different
I
governments
think
come
the
now,
name of
and
policies-
when the different governments come, then earlier that year there used to be Quota law, right? Quota Qanun like this.
Yes, Quota
right,
law.
against the militants and all, right? Then when Congress came in the regiment, then it became that RTI or like that, right? So when the new governments come, then they also impose, right? So when Congress came in the regiment, they also impose. When BJP came, they also apply. So it keeps changing like
But
that.
sir, sometimes
At
what
the
happens?
time of Congress government, mostly you can see that the policy were named by their politicians. Like the Rajiv Gandhi scheme, this kind of scheme is there, and by the name of Indira Gandhi scheme was also there. But now the government is focusing to remove their names because it is necessary. And even Mahatma Gandhi, he is a respectful person. But if we are removing his name, then what is the problem? It is just a scheme. And if we are putting someone's name there, so
Actually, my concern is not that removing the title of any individual. Okay, like by the name title. Okay, I'm not speaking in that context. I'm saying in that context, if my approach or intention was right to bring the developmental activities in India, then why the another government is not focusing on my plan, but on the similar plan they are focusing. So on which they are being criticized
So
also.
what are you expected in this case from the side of the government
no,
after the
in this
abrogation?
situation, I think it can
No,
be
let
there.
him answer that. What is he expecting then?
Sir, I'm expecting that. I'm also waiting for the verdict of the Supreme Court, that but what kind of, how Supreme Court will make the people understand of India in the abrogation of Jammu Kashmir. I'm waiting. When did it happen? Jammu abrogation? I think 2019 it happened. 16th August, I think.
5th of August.
5th of August of 2019 it happened. Since that day, I'm in that kind of a घबराहट में हूँ.
Perplexity.
I'm in that perplexity that what kind of a decision they will give and how they will make the people understand. That is my concern.
So will Mr. Modi be accountable for it because he took this decision arbitrarily, or he didn't discuss it with anybody, or he didn't actually take permission or like that? He just imposed it according to you. So will he be accountable for it?
Sir,
Because obviously he cannot raise any step like that.
50% of majority people he will be accountable.
He will be accountable.
As Indira Gandhi is still criticized for the imposing emergency.
And what would be the bad consequences? Let's say if it goes against, right? What will be the bad consequences?
Bad consequences will be that like as abrogation took place. So bad consequences can be that the thing which is done is done.
Okay.
The thing which is done is done. So in that case, majority of the people will be against those majority of the people who are filing the petition.
They will
petition in the
keep
Supreme Court.
shouting, they will be against it. But,
Yes.
But done is done.
Done is done.
So that's what Mr. Modi wanted.
But sir, people of the society.
There is a possibility that the blame can come on Mr. Modi, right?
Yes,
he will
yes.
bear it.
Yes.
But he actually finally removed it. Fine. So, but in the history, when this complete that Article 370 will
Yes,
be
sir.
known,
Yes, sir.
or the abrogation, the credit of abrogation
Yes, sir.
would go to Mr. Modi.
Yes, sir.
Right? No matter people shout later,
Yes, sir.
but finally it has been released.
Sir, please.
And even the
Listen to me.
majority is
Listen
the
to me.
winner of our country.
And sir, majority, I know when I'm denying that majority are not winner. And sir, you know, when emergency was imposed by Indira Gandhi,
Yes.
okay, without the consultation of the cabinet,
Yes.
Mrs. Indira Gandhi imposed it,
Yes.
and she got popularity also. That Mr. Indira Gandhi, as an adamant leader, imposed the emergency without the consultation of the cabinet. She was praised a lot. Do you know? After till today, she is printed in the textbook as an element of the criticism of the emergency.
Okay.
That without the consultation of
Or
the
as a dictator.
yes, dictator. So
Right.
she was remain in the memory of the people. The government, the thing which is done in the case of Indira Gandhi also it is applicable. So what happened after a few years, government came with this so very strong amendment provisions.
Okay.
Article amendment, Constitution Amendment 44, in which is clearly stated.
So according to you, should amendments not be there in future?
No.
Not at all.
So let me please try to
And
understand.
even you
They
are
came with the
talking-
44th Constitutional Amendment in which they said this thing or written wrote this thing. For the future emergency, if they want to impose, so there must be the consultation of the cabinet. So it will the same case will apply in the Jammu Kashmir abrogation. The parliament will come for another kind of provision.
Before Mr. Modi applied demonetization, was
Yes.
there a consent of cabinet?
Sir, in each and every decision, cabinet is consulted.
Okay,
And
so
even
was,
the parliament.
was the
In
demonetization?
parliament. Parliament is a separate body, but I'm talking about the cabinet, which is executive. Cabinet is not the legislature. Always
Okay,
remember.
I want to ask that you are talking about Indira Gandhi who imposed the emergency.
Yes, without consulting
I
the
want to
cabinet.
ask that why was that imposed and what are the benefits of that emergency when it was imposed?
What were the benefits?
Yes.
You should ask what were the heinous steps which was committed by the executives at that particular time.
You are asking me, you are telling me that at the time of emergency, when she imposed emergency, till now she is criticized. So there must be some
She
problem
is
in that
criticized just because of this kind of a specific case, because procedure established by law was not followed by Indira Gandhi even.
There must be some disadvantages of this kind of emergency without any reason. Okay,
Disadvantage
tell
of
me why-
you want to know
Just tell
disadvantage.
me why it was imposed.
You want to know why?
Why it was imposed?
Because there was an internal discrepancy was there, which was prevalent. So Indira Gandhi, without consultation of cabinet, imposed the emergency.
No,
But do you know
there were some
what?
medical students, and there was a leader that was Jayaprakash Narayan.
Yes, Jayaprakash Narayan, yes, sir.
He was in the favor of those students, and he was coming on the roads to demonstrate against Indira Gandhi.
Yes, sir.
And that is why that problem was so much aggravated that
Yes,
she
sir.
had to apply emergency. Otherwise, the problem was going to be very worse. And it was in the we can say leadership of Jayaprakash Narayan.
So sir, this same theorem is also applied in Jammu
And
Kashmir
at
also.
that time it was also there. Whatever the news will be broadcast on television, first it will go to in the cabin of
Cabin.
Indira Gandhi, or anybody, whosoever is the administrator there, they will just see the news, and if they see that it is going to favor them or there is nothing against the government, right? Then it will be broadcast. Otherwise, it was the democratic country, and in the democratic country, obviously that you know that people or the channels have the right to show or
Yes.
broadcast any news, but at that time,
restricted.
in the case of emergency, they applied that the news first would go to the Congress party's department, or first they would see and check. Okay, and same was the case with the newspapers. First, that whatever the news they are going to print in the print media, first they will have to show it to the department or to the government, right? And if the government would pass, right, then it would be printed. Whereas that media is the fourth pillar of
Yes, of
the
democracy.
country, right, of democracy. But actually now you can see, that the news had to be rectified first.
Sir, all in all, I want to say
So that's
each and
why I
every,
want to tell
all
you.
in all, I want to say
Hmm.
done is welcomed by the amended provision. That is the last.
I want to
All
just
in all.
tell you that
Done is welcomed by the amended provision of the constitution by the parliament.
emergency
With all due respect.
emergency was imposed in 1976, and I think Indira Gandhi was assassinated in which
1983.
1983.
Yes, 1983 or
So,
94,
do you
right?
think that this was the reason of her assassination?
Obviously, it was said
No,
she
that-
deployed two monsters for her death even.
No, was it? It was, I think, not related.
Sir, it was not related. It was related to that Amritsar temple, Golden Temple.
Operation Blue Star.
Yeah, Operation Blue Star.
Okay. Was
But
it-
somehow the people were praising that she died. But Blue Star option was
Obviously,
complete sole.
opposition.
Yes.
Only opposition will praise.
Yes, yes,
yeah?
obviously.
Not
But the sole reason the Operation Blue Star.
Even at the time of Congress, firstly Indira Gandhi was assassinated. Then Rajiv Gandhi was also assassinated.
Yes.
So right now, what is the condition of our country? That two prime ministers have been assassinated.
That's why the accidental prime minister movie has been broadcasted in front of the people. That Rajiv Gandhi, like Rahul Gandhi, when Sonia Gandhi got an opportunity to be prime minister, Rahul Gandhi adamantly said clearly that no, I have lost my dadi, I have lost my father, I do not want to lose my mother.
Even
Lose my
right
mother.
now, this case has happened in Punjab. PM Modi's car was there, who just got stuck in traffic for I think a half an hour or 15 minutes.
Yes, yes.
So this was also a cause of national threat.
Yes, as Litte. At the time of Rajiv Gandhi, Litte, I think Litte was there.
Yes.
Yes,
So
Litte.
in our country, even if the highest citizen, I want to means the head of the state,
Head of the government.
head of the government,
Yes.
even if he is not that much safe in our country, so how can we make the people safe?
Yeah. How can we?
So you should ask this question government. No, why are you asking me?
No, here we are just
Obviously, I the
government.
same thought struck in my mind also. If Modi is not safe, then what is the guarantee of the security of the people?
No, even now the condition has become so less. But at the time of Congress, so many assassinations were there.
Yes, at the time of Congress, there was an assassination because actually at that
And
time.
even I have heard somewhere that when Indira Gandhi was assassinated, so there were so many riots at that time.
Obviously, riots.
And even the Punjabis, they were killed. They were
Yes.
killed.
Yeah,
at
because
that time.
because they were the majority, the lovers of the Indira Gandhi were in the anger, they were against the Punjabis because Punjabis killed, not Satyajit. I'm just forgetting the name.
And even
They were-
these two personalities, the biggest one of the personalities,
Sorry,
Mahatma
sorry.
Gandhi.
Sorry.
Mahatma Gandhi,
was
biggest one
assassinated.
personality.
Yes, he was also assassinated. I agree with that.
Hmm.
So he was just a very big eminent personality.
So there are if you ransack the history of if you delve into the history of independent, okay, the independent history, so there were so many leaders. Like I think Gopal Krishna Gokhale, like there was a leader which was very famous,
Lajpat Rai,
Lala Lajpat Rai, who was assassinated by the people by hitting the lathis.
by the Britishers and all.
Yes, yes.
by the-
There were so many eminent personalities
Right.
who just sacrificed their life on the altar of independence.
No, after independence, we are talking about that time because at that time British rule was there. So actually, we have to just answer them. We have to make them understand.
Sir, what should we say, like मतलब कि कगार, मतलब कि एक बाउंड,
at the brink of.
यस एट द ब्रेक आई नो, बट उस दहलीज पर थे
हाँ.
कि मतलब एक रात थी ब्रिटिश की, एक रात थी आजादी की.
Right.
उस रात के बीच का डिफरेंस है when so many people sacrificed their
Right. Even that British people, Britishers had left the country, you can
Yes.
say, and but the no new government had come in the regiment.
Regiment.
So it was in the mid of that session.
Mid of the
right?
session.
So then this assassination took place.
Yes.
So-
And you know,
And why was our country-
our country was newborn democracy.
Why was
Newborn.
our
It was
country
infant
divided?
democracy. You know, Isha, it was infant democracy. So that's why we face this kind of assassination.
Even if I talk about the time of independence, our country got divided. In Pakistan and in 1961, I think 70 with Bangladesh also got divided.
I'm just
So-
answering your question, which you said that why the people were assassinated, why the eminent
Yes.
leaders were assassinated. That can be the foremost reason. Our democracy was infant. We were not aware of the so many things in India. But now, just I cannot challenge you, but I can say this thing that there might be threat to the political leaders who are in the regime, but they will not be assassinated at all.
One more reason can be there, just because just in order to assassinate, the assassination or the reason behind that assassination was bigger. Because at that, if you are aware of that Operation Blue Star, right? I mean, it was related to the country and it was against the religion. Because Indira Gandhi actually took such a big stern step. Actually, she said such cannons, big
yeah.
cannons entered the Golden Temple. And there were stairs and cannons entered the temple, flattening those stairs, and it entered the temple. I mean, just making a disaster there in the and also obviously in the religion, in terms of religion, nobody would like it, and I hope you can understand that.
Yes, obviously.
So that
because
is why it actually irritated those people, and
Yes.
they were the security guard of Mrs. Indira Gandhi, and that obviously that Indira Gandhi actually wasn't aware, or she didn't notice that they could be against, or they could have been so rigid or so aggressive enough to assassinate her. So she didn't expect it, and it was against religion that actually left many Sikh people or Sikh community apathetic.
And sir, there was a general rumor also. There was a general rumor also in the context of this Operation Blue Star that the Guru Granth Sahib, the famous scripture of that Punjabi community, it got into the blood also.
Okay.
Due to that kind of the people also got massacre. Yes.
Massacre took place
Yes,
there.
yeah,
There was actually Bhindranwale, right?
Bhindranwale, yes, sir.
He was
Bhindranwale.
actually coming up as a militant terrorist or like that, and people say this. I am not sure. People say there is a saying. Actually, he was getting help from the side of Pakistan because
Pakistan, yes.
it was at the border of like Pakistan.
Nowadays, secessionist tendencies are also being in Punjab. Like I'm just forgetting the name of that particular individual who has been disguised as a Nihang Sikh. He was arrested by the police there because he was spreading secessionist tendencies.
Sidhu Moosewala, he was killed, and
Yes,
this
yes.
time some people were caught up. Who were just disguised as.
No, I'm saying that in the context, Bhindranwale's son has come.
In the case of Bhindranwale, actually people say that if Indira Gandhi hadn't taken such stern steps, then there was a possibility, and one more like Pakistan is already there, and one more Khalistan could have.
Yes. Nowadays it is in the circulated in newspaper.
Yes. So obviously, she took stern step. She was a bold lady, and it was a bold decision from her side. So that people appreciate this
Please
decision.
pause it. I will.
Okay.
Another top part.
Okay, fine. So in this video, because we are coming to the end of this discussion, but these people actually participated enthusiastically, and lots of good discussion took place, and that was a healthy discussion today. It was not a heating debate, right?
Yes.
It was just a discussion. And yes, although we did not conclude or we could not reach the conclusion, right? It is still pending, but actually yes, we will delve into this topic a lot, and one day we will conclude, right? What is right, what is wrong, whether this decision of Mr. Modi in the case of abrogation of Jammu and
Let's
Kashmir,
wait for the Supreme Court's
right?
verdict.
Yeah, let's wait for it. Yeah, let it come. Then it will be better to talk about it,
Yes.
right? So yeah, it was it, and we will be right back, and we will discuss many more topics. But by the time, take care. And in this video, that was it. And thank you so much for your participation. Take care and bye now.